Who was the first man? It's a question that has captivated us for millennia, shaped by myths and religion. But science tells a different story, one without a single, isolated first human. The truth is far more complex and fascinating. Humanity didn't just appear one day. Instead, it emerged through gradual, slow changes across vast populations over millions of years. There was never a moment when a non-human mother gave birth to a human child. There was only a slow, steady accumulation of new traits. Our story begins in Africa, over 6 million years ago, when our ancient ancestors split from the lineage we share with modern chimpanzees. These early hominins, like the famous Australopithecus, walked upright but still had small brains and ape-like features. They weren't human, but they were a crucial transitional step. They used simple tools, survived by being adaptable, and laid the groundwork for what was to come. Around 2.8 million years ago, a new genus appeared. Homo. This marked a significant shift toward larger brains and the deliberate making of tools. The first of this line, Homo habilis, is often called the handyman. But even this wasn't the first man. It was simply an early experiment in a much broader evolutionary process. Homo habilis used stone tools to cut meat and process plants, a dietary shift that fueled further brain growth. Their faces flattened, their hands grew more precise, and social cooperation became more important. These changes happened not in one person, but across countless generations. Next came Homo erectus, a true globetrotter. This species was the first to spread beyond Africa, reaching into Asia and Europe. They controlled fire, hunted in organized groups, and their bodies looked much more like ours. Homo erectus was incredibly successful, existing for over 1 million years. Their success came from stability and adaptation, not sudden, revolutionary change. During this immense period, populations were widespread, and different groups interbred, sharing genetic traits across a vast network. This continuous flow of genes makes it impossible to pinpoint a single ancestor and label them the first man. Everyone was part of a continuum. Finally, our own species, Homo sapiens, emerged in Africa around 300,000 years ago. The earliest members were anatomically modern, but their behavior and culture evolved gradually. We see this in the fossil record, from Morocco to Ethiopia. There wasn't a single, uniform template for early humans. There was incredible diversity. This is the hallmark of population-based. Even over time, our tools became more complex. We began burying our dead, and the first sparks of art and symbolic thought appeared. Genetics confirms this picture. While all living humans share a common ancestry, we don't descend from a single founding pair. Our genetic diversity today points to large, interbreeding populations throughout our history, and it gets even more interesting. We now know that our ancestors coexisted and even interbred with other human species, like Neanderthals and Denisovans. Traces of their DNA are still in our genomes today, further proof that humanity is a product of mixing, not isolation. The idea of a single first man persists because our minds crave simple origin stories. But science replaces that simplicity with a more accurate, and arguably more beautiful, reality. Our origin isn't a single event, but a continuous, flowing river of change. The first humans weren't special individuals aware of their destiny. They were ordinary members of their groups, struggling to survive. Human uniqueness isn't defined by one ancestor, but by the cumulative power of language, cooperation, and culture, layered over millions of years. So, the first man never existed. There were only humans, in constant motion, across the vast expanse of time. Thanks for watching.